So guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be talking about the players that have been officially franchise tagged. You still have a little bit of time left, not much. Franchise tag period's almost over, so time's almost up. Now, one thing to note, Mike Williams has reportedly signed a 3-year, $60 million and will be staying in LA with the Chargers. That's a huge wide receiver off the market now. If that report is correct, it looks to be, according to all the sources across the league. That deal is done. Mike Williams staying with the LA Chargers and Justin Herbert. Now, one of the players, Jaguars, have franchise tagged Cam Robinson. Maybe they work out a long-term deal. Maybe they just play him on it this year at $16 million. So they have a tackle, whether he's left or right. What happens with Walker Little? They draft a tackle, Evan Neal, or they draft out Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe this points more towards them drafting Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau than it does them pointing to Evan Neal or Charles Cross or Ikem Ekwonu from North Carolina State. I think Cross and Ekwonu are better, and I even think Trevor Penning is a little better than Evan Neal. We'll go into that in another video. So the next guy that has been placed, Cowboys have officially placed this morning the franchise tag on tight end Dalton Schultz. I think that's a good move. Good tight end, only 25. He only keeps getting better every year. And now with the uncertainty with Blake Jarwin, you have Sean McEwen. You might draft another tight end this year, but you can't be sure they're going to pan out. This is a good tight end class this year, but I like Dalton Schultz. If Blake Jarwin cannot come back from his injury with his hip surgery, which a lot of people are concerned greatly about that, you have Dalton Schultz, at least this year. We'll see if they end up working out a long-term deal, which they can still do. So another big name tackle that is going to be off the free agent market is, of course, Orlando Brown, who was traded by the Ravens to the Chiefs last year for their left tackle position, another $16 million deal. We'll see if they work out a long-term deal with him or not, but this at least solidifies the offensive line for another year with Orlando Brown. So just like the Jaguars, they have a tackle, whether left or right tackle. They have some flexibility in free agency now and the draft using this franchise tag. Whether a long-term deal gets done with any of these players is yet to be seen. Some of them will, some of them might not. The next one, domino to fall, one of the first yesterday actually, is Jesse Bates. The Bengals have signed their best safety and one of their better secondary players and playmakers in Jesse Bates, 25 years old. Big-time playmaker, has only gotten better every year. Made a lot of plays in the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and I believe they will end up working a long-term deal out with him, and this is a cornerstone of their defense, only going to get better, still got a lot of career left in him, so this was a great move, in my opinion, by the Cincinnati Bengals. Of course, Cleveland Browns already did a video on this. You guys seem to like that video some. David Njoku, he is off the market. He's staying in Cleveland at least this year. Whether they work out a long-term deal with this guy or not is yet to be seen. That might be the one that actually doesn't happen, because I don't know how much they really think about this guy. But now this year, they've got $22 million tied up in tight ends. Another tight end that's off the market, which has made that market that smaller for free agency, is Mike Joseki, one of the best tight ends in the league right now. 26 years old, just turned 26. Dolphins have locked him up at least this year. This I could see becoming a long-term contract between $8 to $11 million a year. We'll see what happens, but this I can see being, this was one of Tua's favorite targets and a safety blanket for Tua. Originally drafted by the New England Patriots, now he's a Dolphin. I think he will end up signing a long-term deal with the Dolphins. Too much value there. He does it all very well. Still young, still has room to grow and get even better. And is a playmaker down the field as well. This is a good move by by the Dolphins not letting him hit the market. So it looks like the Tennessee Titans will not put the franchise tag on Harold Landry, their outside linebacker, one of their better pass rushers. So this would be a good get for a Broncos team or a Patriots or a team that needs a defensive lineman, defensive end, outside linebacker, pass rusher, edge rusher, whatever you want to call him. He's been really good. He's only getting better. He's still young, even though not the youngest. This could be a bad move for Tennessee, but they've got some draft picks. Who knows if they'll sign him to a long-term deal or not. In free agency, they still could. We'll see what happens with Harold Landry. Looks like, of course, the Packers are expected to tag Devontae Adams. I never thought there was a chance they were going to let him at the open market. Now that it's confirmed that Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers is returning for this season, I believe they will franchise tag him and then work out a long-term deal with him in the coming weeks. Never thought there was a chance he's hitting free agency. Buccaneers, it looks like they are expected to tag. Reports were they were working on a long-term deal contract to try to get done before 4 p.m. today. That apparently will not happen. Looks like he's going to get franchise tagged for year number 2, coming off an ACL tear. We'll see how he comes back from that, but he will be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer at least this year. Believe they'll get a long-term deal done, but they do have Tyler Johnson, a young receiver out of Minnesota. They got Scotty Miller, who's young, Mike Evans still. So who knows past this year, but at least for this year, he is going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So New England Patriots, one of the big dominoes to fall. J.C. Jackson looks like will hit open market free agency at 26 years old. One of the better corners in the National Football League. They are not expected to franchise tag him, it looks like, as of now. And time's run out on him. So it looks like he will hit open market. Now maybe New England brings him back on a long-term deal, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. They might go after a Carlton Davis or someone else and go into the draft and find a corner in the draft that's younger and maybe even better. But it looks like J.C. Jackson will hit the open market. There will be plenty of teams vying for his services. I guarantee you somebody will pay him big money. So he is going to make money this year for sure. So that is all that I have right now. So we'll see if any other dominoes fall or anybody else gets a long-term before free agency franchise tag period is over. I don't expect that to happen. So I will let you guys know. Like, share, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Need those likes, need those subscribers. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, helps the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one.